I'm so glad to.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Oh, my goodness.
Hello.
We were supposed to do this, what, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And Spirit said, nope, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. So I'm so happy to be here with you, Kelly. This
Thank
is
you,
our dear
Aley.
Calihealer. Yes. And she's the best energy worker that I could ever recommend to anybody who needs
Oh,
that work. But she's
thank
also a
you.
great reader, psychic. She's on my panel on the Dreams and Visions show on Tuesday nights at 6
Yes, yes.
Pacific, I should say. And so we're trying to make up for this, but I wanted to talk today about some healing stuff before, and then we can do some readings. But let's say hi to a few folks.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, either on my channel feed or on Kelly's. Hello, Annie Bear. Lovely
I didn't
girl.
sign. It's just you. It's all you today, honey.
I see a T up there. I don't know who that is. That
Oh,
Terry?
that's for tonight, maybe. But no, I didn't.
Oh,
This is just. It's all you.
okay. Richie's here. Hi, Richie. Charlie and Teresa Levine
Hi.
and Wayne Rich is here. Hey, Wayne. And Moira's here. And it might be, I think Terry's got this going to her channel. She put it on the wrong one.
Oh, I was
Well,
worried about
if
that.
you're on Terry's channel and you want to stay, we'd love to keep you here. She's on tonight, and I think she put this feed on, and she put it at the wrong time. So if you're on Terry's channel, Terry's not here. It's up to you if you want to stay or go, of course.
We'd love for you
But
to stay.
we'd love for you to stay. That's right. And we have Pierrette, and we have Laura, and the Scorpio
Hi.
Mama,
Oh
and
my
Sonia's here.
gosh.
And Carolyn and Peter are here. Yeah. And
Hello.
Viviani
Hello.
and Mary Thornberry. Terry
Wow.
has a show with you, Aley. Yeah, I know. And we're supposed to be at the 6 o'clock one.
Yeah.
And she's probably going, what's going on?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. That's must be what it is. Thanks. Thank you so much, Mary, for verifying that. Hi, Wildflower Wind.
Hello.
And Karen Trout. It's good to see you. Yeah, it is Terry's. Okay, Richie. Well, we're glad you're here, and you make the
Yes.
decision. You do what you want, but Terry isn't on the show today. So here's Samantha, and here's Lisa is here, and Wayne's slapping supper together.
Ooh,
What kind
do
of
you
supper
make?
are you slapping?
Yeah. What are you
Ooh,
making, Wayne?
yeah,
I,
what you
I need
making, Wayne?
I need some ideas. It seems like after the holidays and whatnot, you just run out of ideas on things to make.
Yeah, I
We're,
agree. Yeah,
we're having
I agree.
Caesar salad tonight, but I
Oh,
said I have no idea what we're having the next few nights because I'm just like I'm out of
yeah.
ideas.
Assign it to one of the boys. Say, okay, to tomorrow night you're making dinner, and you make whatever you want, and they might just, Wildflower had mac and cheese. There you go.
Ooh.
So there you go. You can even get them in a box. It's not so bad, some of
Oh,
those
I do.
recipes.
I do have box mac and cheese, and so boys, if you're listening.
Hi, boys. Yes, if you're listening, yes, you can do that. Oh, spaghetti and meatballs. There you go.
Ooh, that sounds
All right.
good.
It does.
It
And I
sounds
want
really
to
good.
say, she's having garlic shrimp on rice. Ooh, see, you guys always do this to us. That's not very nice of you. Yeah. Pierrette is doing some cooking shows on her channel. And so if you want to, it's, I believe I saw one, she had like breadsticks or something like that.
Oh, I will check it. I will check it
Check
out
it out.
because
Yeah.
I'm always looking.
Oh, yeah.
Always looking for ideas.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Garlic shrimp
Laura,
and rice.
I have seen this commercial. So God Made a Dictator. Yeah, I did. I saw this. I did.
I have not seen it yet.
Yeah, the Lincoln Project. You can find it if you look under the Lincoln Project on YouTube, and you'll see it. Yeah.
Yeah, they come out with some good ones.
Oh, see, everybody's sharing chicken with cranberry and a burrito and a salad, and Sharon's having mac and cheese as well. Hi,
It is
Froxy Rox.
mac and cheese night. Hello.
I think so. Oh, cabbage and zucchini soup.
Oh, you guys. Oh, seriously, it all sounds so good.
It does sound good, doesn't it? Oh
And
my goodness.
and soup
Yeah.
this time of year is always good. It seems like whenever I decide to make soup, it's like 80 degrees. It just never
Yeah.
fails.
Well, when Keith was home over the weekend, he said, "I've got to go to the store because I'm going to make shepherd's pie because it's comfort food and I need it." There you go. That's good too.
That
You know,
is so good, and
but
it's
he
so
bought
comforting.
regular corn, and I said, "No, you need cream corn. It's too dry if you don't have cream corn." So
Yeah,
really good though. Yeah.
it
Anyway,
is so good.
I'm going to shut up about food right now. All right. So, if you would like to have readings, that's fine. You can put them in. We'll try to get to them for
Mhm.
you
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit later. But I wanted to talk to Kelly. I was telling her what I wanted to talk about, and then backstage we talked about a few other things, and I'd like to bring them to you as a gift because it's about healing. So, tomato soup and grilled cheese. All right, Carolyn.
That's a great combination always.
There's another comfort food. Yeah, there's another
Mhm.
comfort. So Kelly, I was asking Kelly, we can all heal ourselves, and Kelly is the first to tell you that. But I
Mhm.
said, what if that just doesn't work? How do we know that whatever it is that we're doing isn't working for us, and that we should turn to somebody that might be able to help us? And of course, it's all individual. And I also asked her, were there people that said, for instance, I'm coming to you because I need healing in this area or that area, or maybe they don't even know, or they just know they need it. So I'm
Mhm.
going to let her talk about what she thinks about some of that.
You know, the people that I find that, that relay the information about why they came, it's usually because they're either stuck, um,
Hmm.
and just, energetically, or just even just kind of sometimes just stuck in life. And sometimes it has to do with, just physical ailments too. Um, but some people come on a regular basis. I mean, I have my clients that come like every 3 months. They just book and they just have their energy cleared, and I align their chakras and cut their cords. And but I think it's really important that if because like Ellie said, we can all heal ourselves. If we can cut our cords, we can clear our energy, and you can visualize Archangel Michael, in his sword, and just kind of going in and
Hmm.
cutting your cords. And you can do a sweep of your body, or if somebody around you's energy is kind of funky, you can sweep their energy. Like Keith, for instance, if he got home and you just kind of noticed his energy was a little off, you could like
Hmm.
start at the top of his head and then just
Do the
sweep down.
sweeping.
You can literally feel the energy.
Hmm.
And so these are tools to get you by, before you come to see somebody like me. But it's typically when they're just kind of at a standstill. They know they feel off. They just
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
they feel like they're in a funk, and
Right.
so they come. And the one thing about the healing that I do is, I will cut your cords, I'll clear your energy and align your chakras, but I also channel in information. So in your healing session, you'll get about 3 pages worth of insight, guidance, um anything that's channeled in. I'll use cards too, but all of that's done beforehand. So when the person comes, the day of their session, they, as you know, Ellie, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do
Right.
is just be somewhere comfortable and relaxed. And then I do the work on my end. I send you out a meditation to help relax, and to call in your angels and guides and all of that. And then I do the work on my end. And then when I'm through, then I typically proceed with a phone call. And the reason I do a phone call afterwards is typically people will sometimes fall asleep during their session. And I just don't feel like, if they want to get all
comfy. Yes.
camera ready, so they don't have to be camera ready.
Right,
So
right.
I just do a phone call.
Yep.
Unless somebody wants it,
Yeah.
videotaped, we can do that too. And then the phone call is about an hour, and then I go over where the problem areas were in your body, as far as like energy blockages, stuck energy, things that you were holding on to, and then I'll let you know exactly where the cords were that I cut. But not only will I let you know the cords that I cut, the ones that I let you know were the ones that were really problematic.
Mhm,
But
mhm,
I
mhm.
I go through the whole body, but I do write down, for instance, if there was a cord in your left knee,
Right.
I will write that down and
Sure.
say that I got that cord in your left
So,
knee.
is there any way that you could tell the difference between energy that we are all being affected by planetarily, so to speak, or that, like right now, things are kind of crazy, and our own personal energy issues? Is there any difference or yeah?
Well, yeah, because I will be, I feel it, and so I just, um,
Mhm, mhm.
like now the energy that I'm feeling is that we're really, coming into a shift, and but
Yeah.
I feel it, and my angels and my guides, were giving me information yesterday about the shift coming,
Oh, okay.
and so that, that's kind of on a collective,
Yes.
but I
Yes.
will also give that insight to them that, this is
Mhm.
what I'm feeling on a collective.
Yeah.
But it is different.
Pretty crazy now, though. I think you think it's is that what they're telling you? That this is pretty crazy?
Yeah.
That yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that it's we're really going through a lot right now, as far as,
Mhm,
the
mhm,
challenges, um and we're doing a lot of purging. And
mhm,
so,
mhm.
I was mentioning yesterday that, if, it could be just you're purging old habits. It could be just,
Sure.
you limitations, that we put on ourselves. We can be purging them.
Mhm.
We can just be feeling really emotional, because with everything going
Sure.
on, and the challenges, it can be really emotional. And I recommend, if you are like in the thick of it, and you just have had it, and you feel like you need a good cry,
Yeah.
get it out, and just
Nothing wrong with that. Right.
let those tears flow, because
Yeah.
that too is purging and releasing, and cleansing. And if you're feeling really angry, anger weakens our liver, and so it's not good to hold on to that anger. And
Okay.
so, if a person is just fed up, and you just have
Mhm.
had it, go out, and talk to your angels and your guides in the universe, and just give them everything that you have that's weighing
Give
weighing
it
on
over.
your heart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or, but if you have neighbors, you can just, write it out, and just dispose of it and get rid of it too. But I
Mhm.
do feel like we're going through right now. It's like they explained it. It's like it's a purging. And they said too that you might even like have, um it could be flu-like symptoms, but you don't have the flu.
Yeah.
But you have flu-like symptoms where you could have, you
Mhm.
could be throwing up in purging, or it could be coming the other way. Um,
Yep.
and so
Yep.
that too
Yeah.
is just we're just purging.
Sure. We're purging. Well, for me, it's been, because I've been in 2 different places and my internet's screwed up and this and that, I can't write a syllabus for some reason. I sent it in 4 times and asked for it to be corrected 4 times, and I've been teaching this class for 25 years, and I had to send it to somebody else to look at it because I couldn't make it right. There was nothing I could do that could make it right. And I was thinking, "Oh, it's just my head is too in the clouds or something. I'm not grounded enough." And somebody did help me, thank goodness, but they don't like to do that. They don't want to have do your work on top of their own. So, I have to be very careful to ask for that help.
But
But
it's really, I'm so happy that you did, that
mhm.
you reached out, because sometimes we don't do that.
No,
We
we feel like we'll be judged. And that's what
Mhm.
the lady said to me. She said, "I don't like to do this either. I feel judged." She said, "I'm glad you sent it to me." So
I'm so
so anyway,
happy
it
you
worked
did
out
too.
okay. Yeah,
Well,
worked out.
and Aley, you think about in the last month of
Yeah,
stuff that's gone on. I mean, it
mhm,
makes my heart so happy to see you at home,
yeah,
in your space.
uh-huh,
It makes me
yep.
very happy.
Oh, well, thank you. So Sonia says she's got a lot going on, probably in both aspects of her life, but she said, I need to get in gear, but I'm trying to rest. Perfect. You are doing the right thing.
Yes.
Taking salt baths.
Oh, I love
Yes, that's beautiful. Kelly, yes, I have to raise my vibes. So, this is the way we self heal. We know we're discombobulated and we
Mhm.
sort of start working on ourselves. But if it doesn't work, we need to turn it over to somebody who can help us. And so,
Y
that's,
y
yeah,
Yeah, and don't put pressure on yourself, Sonia. You go at
yeah,
your own pace,
yep,
just the key thing is that you wanna raise your vibration. So, just
yes,
start working at it, and even the babyest steps are steps in the right direction. So don't be hard on yourself.
yeah. So she said, Bear, she had a huge release today, feeling lighter. Was this what the sky is reflecting today? Ooh.
Yeah, this is that release, the purge that I felt was coming. It's well, for me it started yesterday. And
Uh-huh.
so I'm getting in the next couple weeks that chances are people in here are going to feel it in some
Feel a
certain.
little bit lighter, huh? Oh,
Yeah.
good. That's good to
We
know.
need it. We need it so much because I mean,
Yep.
we just started out the new year and it's like, oh, come on. It's like, please. It's
I
like
have
one
to
thing.
tell you, there's a beautiful writer from many years ago, Anais Nin, and she wrote about sexuality. She wrote about women. She wrote about a lot of things. But somebody found a postcard she wrote, and it was 1930, January 1st, 1930, and in 1929 the stock market crashed, and it was a
Yeah.
really crappy year. And she said, why does the year have to change, or something like that? Why did the year have to change? Because it was still being the same way. And I thought, boy, oh boy, does that really ring a bell. It's
Right.
like we all thought everything was just going to be instantaneously better. But I will
Right.
say, since the 20th, when Val and Diana were talking, and Jean, about Pluto going into Aquarius, I felt much better that day. I can tell you that. And I know it's a give and take. You have good and bad days. Yeah.
And on those good days, we just have to just, yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank
Yes.
you,
We
thank
have to
you,
be
thank
especially
you.
grateful. That's
Yeah.
right. You have to say,
Yeah.
oh, I'm having such a good day today. Hi,
Yeah.
Hershey. Hi, Joyful
Hello.
Journey. Teresa Hadarian. It's good to see you. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yes, Rossi's here as well.
Hello.
Some of you are watching from Terry's channel. And so those of you who are, my apologies. I sent her the wrong link for the 6 o'clock show. And so she linked this in for our 4 o'clock show. So we still love you. We still want you here, unless you don't want to be here. But Terry's not going to be on this show, but she will be on the 6 o'clock
At
show.
6 o'clock.
She will be. Yes, she will. Pacific time, of course. All right. So we got a few questions here. Thank you for that. As far as the healing goes. And I think that it's anytime when we were kids, at least some of us, we had somebody we could go to and say, Mommy, I just don't feel good today, or Daddy, or cousin,
Mhm.
or auntie, or whatever, grandma. And they would wrap us up in their arms and read it to us, rock you, whatever it was that you wanted. And now we have to do it for ourselves, and we're very reticent to do that. Because we've been told that if we take care of ourselves, and we're trying to get that programming completely gone, but it's still there somewhere. It's because we were told, don't be selfish. Don't be
Yeah.
selfish. You're a grown person now. You know better than BS.
Right? Exactly.
Yes.
I'll
Yep.
find myself if I'm just having a day, I will, when I, snuggle in for the end of the day, I almost like wrap myself like a baby, where
Uh-huh.
I,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
tight with the sheet, and I just find such good comfort.
Well, and that's why a lot of people are buying those weighted blankets, I think.
Yeah.
that there was a big resurgence in that. I don't know if people are still doing it. For me, it's too confining, but you know, it depends on what it is. For me, my bed is my favorite place to read and journal and everything else.
I,
So yeah.
I,
Yeah. Okay. So Moira says, what baby steps do you suggest that have been best for raising our vibes? That's a good one, Moira. Let's see.
I would start out even if it's the, getting up in the morning and,
Mhm.
either before you get out of bed or, as soon as you get out of bed, just say thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, thank you for
Mhm.
this day. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you
Right.
for guiding me. Thank you for loving me. Amen.
Absolutely.
I try to do that every morning.
Or find one thing to be grateful for, even if you're having a crappy day.
Yep.
You know.
And it
Yeah.
it makes
Mhm.
it makes a huge difference. And
Yeah.
and even, something that doesn't take any effort either at the end of the day, when we crawl into bed, just like Allie said, if we can just say one thing, if it was that if it was that cup of coffee or that you had
Mhm.
that special creamer to put in your coffee and that you were so grateful for it,
Yeah.
um or the special mug that you had was
That's what I was
clean.
gonna
You
say.
you
That
didn't have to
special mug.
wash it,
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
or you had your favorite meal. It doesn't
Right.
we don't have to make it complicated at
No,
all.
it
It can
doesn't.
just and a lot of times, it really boils down to the simplest things. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I know I'm kind of speaking for myself, but the simplest things sometimes just make me the happiest.
Yeah. And
It
I
just
love this, Annie. Annie's saying she hugs herself. We need hugs every day. And if we're
I
alone,
yes,
we
and
don't
I'll
get
find
them.
myself kinda going like this
Yeah. Yeah,
sometimes
you
too.
will. Absolutely. I
I
love
love
that.
that, Annie.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's wonderful. I'm glad, Moira, that you joined Terry's meditation group because it starts off early in the morning and get you started. So that's a beautiful way to start the day.
It is
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
beautiful, and
Uh-huh.
I try to get there. I
Mhm.
usually have to watch it afterwards because I'm not a morning person. At
Yeah, I
5:30,
get it.
my
Yeah, but it
husband gets
is
up.
taped so you can watch it whenever you want.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. Yep.
Absolutely. Hi, Louisa. I just want to tell you that Terry is not on this show. We would love you to stay. She's on the next one, and I gave her the wrong link. So she'll be on the next one at 6 o'clock. But just those of you might be confused being on Terry's channel, and there's no
He's saying,
Terry.
"Where's Harry?"
I would say it's important to drink a lot of water as well. I think that when I couldn't go out of my RV during the storm that we were having last week, I had no coffee. And I mean, I like my coffee, but I just started
Yeah,
drinking a lot of water, and I felt very clear, if that makes
clear.
sense. Yeah, I did.
Right?
Yeah.
It
Uh-huh.
does. It
It
makes
does.
a
Yeah.
huge difference.
Yeah.
I think it just aligns us with source a little bit
Yeah.
more, that water.
Yep. And Froxy, you're right. I just went down and got my $20 haircut. And I told the little girl who was cutting my hair, I said, I think just cutting one's hair or having a beauty appointment to get a trim or whatever it is, can really uplift your day. So I know that sounds crazy, but that also uplifts your vibe,
It
doesn't it?
really
Because you
does.
feel better. Yeah, you do. So they can be
And
real simple things. Yeah.
we clean our it's like it's a release too because we're releasing that extra hair too. I
Yes.
totally agree.
Uh-huh.
For $20,
Yeah.
that to go and just feel better. I know I I was telling Allie backstage that during the pandemic, I didn't get my hair cut for 2 years, and
Any of us
so now
didn't.
I've just started getting it cut, and it's amazing how you're absolutely
Makes a
right.
difference. Yeah, it really
Mhm.
does. And I'm not a nail person. If I do
Neither.
go, I get a pedi because I enjoy them working on my feet. But I haven't gone in like 5 years now. But that
Me
always
too.
makes me feel better because they're scrubbing your feet and getting all the dead skin. I like that. I think that's I
I
also
love
feel like
it
that.
too.
Yeah, yeah. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
sign
Yeah.
me up, but it's been the same. I bet I probably haven't gone. It's been probably 3 years for me.
Yeah. 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 Well, it's because of the pandemic. It just hasn't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we
Okay.
should treat
So
ourselves.
we
We should
should.
treat ourselves.
So Wildflower, yes, Kelly can talk to the other side. If you would like to give us who and what first name and who they are for you, your husband or your mother or whatever. Moira, we will also work to reach your dad, but we need just his first name. And so I'm going to move on and I'll come back to you. Okay. So I'm going to go to Ness and let's see what what her question is and how we might be able to answer it. She's having weird energy experiences at night. She's wondering what's happening. It's happened 5 times now in the past few weeks. So let's take a deep dive.
Yeah, 5 times in a few weeks. That is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. But she may be getting downloads. Do you think she might be getting downloads?
We really this shift that we're coming into right now, we are all getting like major downloads. I literally saw the codes going into my son's head was in the last week. I mean, so and he's he's spiritual, but
yeah,
so we are definitely getting those downloads.
Sure. And she says she feels it around her all the time. It's somatic and it's intense. And she said it just happened last night. Okay, Wildflower, thank you. Carolyn, I'm glad Peter does that for you. My goodness. That's wonderful. So you did get downloads, but the somatic experience is what caught your attention and what I noticed being different. So hang on a second. Let's see. So it's more in the body than in the mind, is what you're saying. Okay. All right. Thanks, Fatima. Welcome, honey. Let me see what I can come up with here. Oh, would DNA upgrade do that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It definitely it affects us. It can affect our heart. It can give us like irregular heartbeats. It can, that too can give us like flu-like symptoms. It definitely a DNA upgrade.
Okay.
Floating feeling, but also feeling connected at the same time. I keep getting, Ness, that when you're feeling this, that it's really important for you to work on when this starts happening, to really work on your breath work.
That's the somatic part. Her breath is affected by it. Okay. Now it makes sense. All right.
So it's interesting that they're saying breath work. That it's gonna, because I'm getting like almost like a heaviness in your chest, and sometimes that can be just brought on by anxiety. If this is reoccurring, if you're having anxiety or stress, and sometimes it affects the nervous system. But I would focus on your breathing when this happens, and
okay, so you focus breathing in and out. We have to say this, Ness. If this is something that's affecting you and you're not feeling well, you need to go seek a doctor's.
Yeah, and I did get physicians too. So yeah,
we have to say that. But,
so I did get that. If it is affecting your health, to definitely go see a doctor.
Does it create more anxiety? Is what I'm wondering. Are you feeling as though when it starts, you go, oh, not again? Because I have had some blood pressure issues myself, and sometimes I'll get up really quick and I'm almost ready to fall down. And sometimes I don't want to get up anymore because I don't want to get dizzy and I don't want to fall down. Not that I haven't fallen, but so you're wondering which came first, the chicken or the egg. And so I'm wondering, you focus on breathing in and out. Okay. It happens to ground. All right.
And this is just like totally off topic, but I get that your potassium could be low for
Oh,
you,
okay.
Aley.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. I got a bunch of bananas on the counter. I'll go
Yep.
have one afterwards.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. She's just sitting in bed getting ready for bed and it comes on. Okay. Okay. Well, I have here that a new beginning is happening with you. And so why do I think that's a DNA upgrade? I just do. I just think it is. But it's also your life is different. You are processing a new job and new things that you're doing as well, Ness. It says to forgive yourself and set yourself free if you're harboring any kind of issues, to do that. And finally, it says, don't stop because a miracle is around the corner. And I love this because she's digging and digging and digging down into the dirt. And she doesn't realize that she's almost at this most beautiful cluster of crystals, but she isn't aware of that yet because she hasn't found the miracle yet.
Mhm.
So, I don't know if that helps or not. I think it's more of a question for Kelly, than it is.
I would really work on your breath work and just really being present in the moment. But I
Mhm.
also get that you're going through a transition, and
Mhm.
and unfortunately, when we go through these transitions, they're not always the most comfortable.
True. That's very true.
However, the growth is wonderful, but it's just really important to take care of ourselves in the meantime. And so,
Yeah.
if there's anything else, Ness, that is going on, that you know, be sure to be sure to ask for help and just try to be present
Mhm.
and work on your breath work and just remember life isn't a race, that you
Yeah.
are exactly where you're supposed
Yeah.
to be and
That's very true.
nowhere else.
So I had an experience a number of years ago where I was asked to go down to the basement of the building that I was working in and to get something out of it, which it wasn't scary or anything. It was very close. So I went down to get it. And once I got there, I was very dizzy and my heart started beating really fast. And I had a lot of external sweating and all kinds of stuff. Now I probably would say maybe there was something down there, some energy down there that
Right.
probably, yeah, it's probably because it was an old building. But
Hmm.
it scared me so much that I ended up going to the hospital and they said, "Oh, we think you may need a triple bypass." Well, Jesus,
Oh,
so they take me in and they give me a one of those where they fish the line up your leg into your heart to check your
oh
heart.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And I had the heart of a 25-year-old person and I was like 45 at the time or almost 50
Nice.
at the time at that time. And so it was anxiety, I think, that was causing that whole thing. But you don't ever know. You never know for sure. And
No.
so Wayne, I hope you checked it out because if you passed out at work, what was it? Was it a blood pressure drop or what was, be careful and be judicious about checking that out.
Yeah,
But
check your blood pressure, and I would increase your water too.
yeah, yep. What card did you pull? Ness wants to know. She couldn't see what it was when you held it up. Do
Oh,
you
I
have?
got the metamorphosis, the butterfly,
Oh, the butterfly. Okay. Yeah.
and then
And you
I also got the change physicians. But the way I read it
oh,
as is that if you are the way I read it is if you're having problems that
mhm,
you should
yeah.
see a doctor.
Well, we have to say that too, Ness. We're required. I mean, this is
Mhm.
entertainment here,
Yeah.
and and even though Kelly is a healer, she has to still be careful as well with
Mhm.
whatever. And Sonia said, do downloads give you headaches? I'm telling you, they have for me. But I
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Hi, Randy. Oh, your vitals and blood work were normal. So maybe Wayne, you maybe had just a low dip that day or something. But wow, awesome. Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm wondering if he could have been dehydrated.
Even in the winter, we can be
Mhm.
definitely a catheter. No, it was they fish this line through your carotid artery in near your groin,
Yeah.
and they fish it in there and they put it up It's a heart. Yeah, it was a heart catheter. Thank you. It was a heart catheter. Yeah. Oh no, Sonia, no, we're going to do it in just a minute, actually. So thank you, everybody. It sucks to be old and then to forget words. So I apologize. And if Moira's here, I need your dad's first name, please. Okay. Thank you. All right.
Wayne's funny. Probably needed a beer, he said.
Oh, well, that's Wayne. Now you know Wayne.
I love it.
She wonders if this, whatever we have, this energy, this weirdness might pass by February. And she wonders if there's anything in particular she needs to know from her guides.
Okay.
So, yeah.
First of all, I do get it's going to lighten up. I do get that.
Uh-huh. Yep. Good. Yeah. All right. So is there anything else from her guides? Let's look. I can pull a few cards here and see if I get an answer.
Sonia, I get that you need to incorporate a little bit more play into your life. We sometimes, especially in these heavier moments and just the challenging times, we sometimes just don't really feel like playing, but they're wanting you to play and to have fun and to laugh and to let your inner child out. They said skip, dance, just have fun. And they also want you to remember, do not make yourself small in order to make other people feel comfortable. They said that you matter, your voice matters, and your light matters, and to shine on.
Shine on. That's right. So, Sonia, this is the most perfect card for this question. It says you're moving from separation to oneness.
I love that.
And that's what we're doing. There is no separation. We believe there's separation because we've been taught that there's separation. It's us versus them. It's, it's they or what, but we're all the same. We're all in the collective. So that's what's going on here. And the path is clear. And so I can see that is coming, not just for you, but for all of us who are working through this energy. And the card I got for you, a message from the universe says, this new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things and a new way of seeing yourself. You can't continue to see and interpret things with the same understanding you have had until now. No matter what you face or how you feel, see it all from a higher perspective.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. I love that, Sonia.
Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy it, sweetheart. And we all are going through it. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it, really. Hello, Diana.
And isn't it wonderful that we have this community that we're able to share? Because I mean, if we didn't, we would think that we were the only ones like that are going through it. And we're all going through it. It just some of us, it's just different levels. Some of us, it's just, we're having a few curveballs. Other people are having like major curveballs. Yeah. And and there is a lot of loss going on. And for everybody that has experienced that, I hate to say it, but it's going to be more so. We're going to just notice a higher amount of people passing now through the spring. Unfortunately, I had somebody reach out to me this morning, and she said, "I've never in my life seen so many people pass in 1 week." And I said, I know it's tough.
Either you know someone personally, or I know, and you finally you told your community that you lost your dad, and so it's like we're connected to you through that as well, even more so because I've lost my dad, and other folks have lost their dad, and it's not easy to lose parents or children or anybody, but it's a hard time to go through. But I think you're right, and I think a lot of people are leaving the planet because there's so much required of them to either learn or change to that they're like, no, been there, done that. I'm out of here. I'll come back.
I totally agree. Yeah. I totally agree. And I get that we have a few exit points in our life, and so those unexpected deaths that all of a sudden occur and we just kind of go, what the heck? I do feel like sometimes we do have the choice whether or not we want to exit, I think before we come down here, we can
Yeah.
choose those points.
Yes.
And
Yep.
yeah, I think you're right. I think people are the ones that haven't been ill that are exiting just because it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm doing research right now between timelines and something else that I'm going to be coming up with a show about. But I want you to know that there are people experiencing timeline jumps. And I heard a man the other night say, and this man was older man, and he said when he was younger, he and his boys were going down a country road, going from one part of the state to the other, and they saw a diner on the left-hand side. And he had his boys with him, and they went in, and the hamburgers were like $1, and the French fries were, and the drinks were like 15 cents and everything. And they ordered and they ate, and it was delicious. And the bill was like $5 for 3 people to eat. And so they said, the boy said, let's come back here on the way back, please, Daddy. And oh yeah, we'll do that. So he leaves and he goes on, and he comes back, 2 days later or whatever, and the building isn't there. So he goes to the gas station that's, maybe a quarter of a mile down the road. And he said, there was a diner back here. What, can you tell me what happened? That was 40 years ago. That was
wow. That is amazing.
Yeah. So
see those stories like that, because
there are a lot of them.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them, actually. It's just that we don't hear them all the time. And
no. And I think sometimes we don't realize them. I mean, if we've got so much going on and whatnot,
Right.
I mean, how often do we, it's like we get to a location way sooner than we should, or it's a time.
And it's not meant to be scary. I think it's just that it shows us just how time is so fluid.
Right.
And what it is that, he thought that the prices were really good and the food was delicious. So he was going to stop because, boy, you could save a lot of money. And so the prices were from probably 40 years before he was there.
Oh, yeah.
And and that's what he got. But he must
Wouldn't
have gotten
that would just be absolutely incredible.
without preservatives in them. I know these stories really are quite interesting.
I love them.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, we do jump timelines, and thank you, Jay. Yeah, I think we do, or we know somebody that has. So I agree with you about the losses, though. So let me go back to the other two that I had passed, and one of them was Wildflower Wind. She said she doesn't care who comes through. She said that she's open to that. So I'm going to pull. I guess what I'll have to do, though, is when I pull my cards, you'll have to tell me if there's anybody that meets that criteria. So how about that? Yeah. Wow. Mm-hmm. Oh, these cards are funny.
I'm pulling some too.
Okay.
I do get a female. I get a female Wildflower Wind. It looks like it could be like maybe a mother or a grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got that. She says, I watch over you every day, and I don't know if she had some ailments or that she suffered from before she passed away. But she's like, I'm so much better now, and she wants you to look for rainbows. Look for rainbows, and watch the clouds. Watch for rainbows and even birds. And it was interesting. There was a bird just here, like that was just pecking on the window.
Oh.
So and that's why I'm going to just go ahead and say it, is because and watch for birds, because she's coming through. a motherly grandmother, um,
Mm.
from the other side, and they just she's wants you to know that she's so proud of you, and to know that she's not gone. She's with you.
Mm. That's wonderful. Wow. I've got some interesting cards here. I just want to say that uh, Terry is not here from those, and because there's still people coming and going, where's Terry? I'm sure. I gave her the wrong link, but we will be on at 6:00 on the Dream Show. So Kelly and I are just doing a show prior to that. So what I got, Wildflower, was I got the Justice card, and I'm feeling like maybe this woman that Kelly's talking about is with the man up there, and there's something that they're working out and coming to terms on. So there's that. I got Arcana, which isn't Arcana the like hierarchies of things. So they're prioritizing and working on different hierarchies of something. But I also get perhaps they had a lot of drama earlier when they were on the earth, and they're trying to work on that so they don't have to bring it back if they come back again. That's kind of what I'm getting.
That.
Yeah.
I love that, Aley.
Okay, so your mom and dad are on the other side. Well, they're working out what they want to come back to. So if they can work that out and come back, they can write a contract for themselves that can work on that. Gratitude they send to you, appreciation and present blessings. They miss you dearly, but they are always around. So it must be mom and dad. Yeah, that's who's
that first card, Aley. When you held it up, that I bet was her dad.
It's well, yeah. I mean, not that maybe the picture doesn't look like him, but yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. I agree. Yep. Thanks so much, Wildflower.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
They fought a lot. Okay. They're working.
So that would be the drama.
Yeah, that would be the drama, and they're working on it together. So I just want to throw this up there because I love this. I changed my perspective and it reflected in my reality. And that's exactly what happens.
Yes.
Our thoughts become things. Mm-hmm. And so when you change your thoughts, things are different in your world. So that means you really do create your own reality. Absolutely.
We really do. Yeah. Yep. We can choose, every day if we want to be pissed off at the world or if, if we want to embrace it and be happy and be grateful. It's our choice.
It is our choice. So Moira wants to get a message from her dad. Her dad's name is Vincent. And of course, I'm hearing Starry, Starry Night.
Yeah, right?
Yes. Which is always a blessing to hear in my ear. So, all right. Let's see if we can get a hold of Vincent here.
I'm seeing a watch. And so I don't know, did he like watches? Do you have his watch? But that was the first thing that I saw was a watch.
Oh.
Or it could be that he's watching over you. The watch symbolism could mean that, but I saw a watch.
Okay. Wow. No physical watch, she says. But it must be watching over you then, honey.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then then I just got I watch over you and your family, that he wants you to know that he's watching over all of you. And and I don't know what this is, but he said that there's something that he should have said and he didn't, and he wishes he would have said something that he didn't. Mm-hmm. And he wishes you so much love and happiness, and there must be other, because he said I'm with the rest of the family.
Okay. Wonderful. So I'm guessing that maybe he loved Van Gogh, and that's interesting because that song is about Van Gogh, Vincent Van Gogh. That's why the song Vincent. Yeah. I get that he might have passed before Mom, and she might have been very sad, weeping over his grave at the time. I don't know if that's true, but it's a perception from him that please don't weep over my grave to anybody, because I'm not there. That's just a physical vessel that was there. Not that's not me. I'm all around. I'm big now. And he also, this comes up, it says snake, but I want to tell you that a snake isn't always a negative sign. So was he involved at all in the medical field is one question, because the caduceus has a snake on it. But it also could be that he's shedding his skin on the other side, that he's working through and studying and learning all about some things that he wasn't aware of when he was here. So that's something to think about. Mom passed in 2018 and he passed, you said, in 81. Okay. So she was then looking over him. Okay. He says, what you're doing here is very important. He wants you to know he likes that you're investigating all of this and reaching out to him, and that he wants you to know that, he's with Mom and he loves you very much. And he says, you got no hurry, girl, no hurry. But anytime you're ready to come over, we'll be there. Don't worry. Plus, if you had any animals, he has all of them waiting for you as well.
Yeah. Yep.
He's like corralling them up. Yeah. Yeah. Or somebody's animals anyway. There you go.
Yeah. And he wants you to know too that all you have to do is just think of him. Think of him, and he's there, and you can call on him. You can call on him for help too, just as we call on our angels and guides.
Yeah. Anytime. Just say, yeah, Dad, I need your help with something. So Joyful Journey was next, and we probably can do Kimberly. I'm sorry, not Kimberly. Violet Rossi. That's all we can do, everybody, because we got only about 10 minutes left, and we want to take a break before our 6:00 show on dreams, visions, and appearances. So Joyful Journey, she had originally asked for a healing, but now she would. So this is kind of a way of asking for healing. What do I need to do to help me sleep through the night? That's a green noise.
And you know what I instantly get, Joyful Journey, and I get rosemary. Rosemary. If you've got fresh rosemary, you can take fresh rosemary and you can get a bundle of it, or just even like a sprig. And you can even put some lavender in there. But I get the rosemary will help you sleep, but it also helps you to remember your dreams.
Well, there you go. So I have trouble falling asleep, and probably some of that is because I drink coffee too late in the day. But I found green noise on YouTube, and it is just a whooshing noise, really. And I wear my headphones if I can't sleep, and it helps me fall asleep. And as long as the headphones don't bother being in, it goes 24 hours. There's no ads, so you're not going to be like in La La Land and have a Colgate commercial come on or something. But it also goes 24 hours, so you would be able, if you needed to, it would take you all the way through. Just a suggestion. Of course, everything is really dependent upon what it is that works for you. But I like that rosemary.
And and the obvious chamomile tea, too. I will, I'm such a creature of habit. I will start having it, and I'll have it before I go to bed, and I'll go for a couple of weeks, and then I'll quit, having it, and then I sleep. But it is, especially in the winter too, it's warm, it's comforting. And but I know that seems obvious, but chamomile tea does help too.
And rosemary is delicious with on chicken, like if you're making a chicken meal.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah. All right. So Randy says she's going to the market to get rosemary tomorrow. Thank you for even though she wasn't the one that asked the question. So you see how it's very good that people get information they need. All right. Rossi says late great grandma Fausta is trying to give me a message. Can you try to reach her? All right. Oh, rosemary tea is a favorite. I didn't know about that. Wow. Oh, yes, it is good in sourdough bread, Diana. Now we're talking about food again.
Uh-huh. The first thing I get, Rossi, is I love you. I love you. That is the first thing your grandma wants you to know is, I mean, thank you. I'm like covered in goosebumps. I love you. I love you.
Yeah, you got the message. That's what she's saying. Yeah. I got an explorer. Isn't that funny? I think she likes that you're exploring a lot more about your spiritual side, even more than maybe you were. And she's up there going, you go, girl, you go, you know? Yeah. And I got the chicken, and you know what that means. She might have had she might have been kind of funny. I don't know. That's what I usually get when people are funny or they have a good sense of humor. And yes, I get the act of love. And that's exactly what Kelly said. The act of love is there. So much love. Yeah.
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 She wants you to know that
never
you're
met
so.
her. Okay. That doesn't matter. She knows you. She knows you, even if you've never met her. My grandparents died before. Yeah, before I was born as well. Yeah.
And she says that you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. And she loves to see this growth that you're doing, that you're elevating. And it's really going to help you to be able to connect with her, which, you know, I think you're connecting with her and maybe don't even realize it, but you know, you are going to be able to hear her messages.
Yep. Lori, I want you to know that Terry got the wrong link to put up for our dream show, which is going to be at 6:00. So if don't worry, this is a show for Kelly and I about healing and other things. So anybody that's on Terry's channel, I'm sorry about that, but we're glad you're here. So
yes,
it wasn't on
thank you
purpose.
for being here.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yep. So before we go to Violet's question, and then we'll head out. Today I got a message. I got in the car, or I was walking somewhere, and I could hear music, and it was playing "Smooth Operator" by Sade.
Yeah.
And my very dear friend who passed about 3 years ago, and I want to say that it might have been today, like 3 years ago. I'm not exactly sure because I found out several months later that she passed. She was a Sade fan. She played it every day, every single day.
It was her.
And so I'm like, "Hi, Melinda. How are you?" Haha, you know. So then I get out of the car and I go into another place, and they're playing the same. This is later. They're playing the same song like 2 hours later. And I haven't heard that song very often. You know, it isn't like you hear it all the time. And I'm like,
you can't make that up.
No, you can't.
You can't make it up. And how special. The same thing kind of happened to me, you know, somewhat similar happened to me over the weekend. I just was overcome with emotions. I just all of a sudden I was thinking, I could feel my dad. I haven't been like really connecting with him, but I could feel him. I could feel his presence. I could feel and then, you know, I start second guessing. I'm just like, oh, it just
I know.
You know, it's I'm just probably being emotional. And then on the TV comes an advertisement for 2.5 Men. And
he loved 2.5 Men.
That was well, now he just gave me validation too. Yeah, thank you, Dad. But and it's not even on the it's not, you know, I don't even think they play it anymore. I mean, I have not seen that advertisement, and so, you know,
I know. I think it's on like Paramount or it's on Peacock or something, but you're right, they don't play it anymore. So it's not like you see that every day.
Yeah. Well, and just like that song, you don't hear that song every day.
No, I don't.
No. You know, you could have been so consumed and not paid any attention. But I mean, look at how tuned in you are that she was stopping by. She was probably joining you, you know, to have your hair cut. You know, it's like, come on, let's go get our hair cut. You know,
I know. It was really, really awesome. And Jess says, that's so great. Your dad also made himself known to you. So yes, you've got to take these small things as wins. If this happens to you, these people, like for me, if I had not known, I visited her like in 2015, and she told me that during that visit, she was playing Sade, and she says, oh, this is one of the only things I ever play. And I didn't know that before, but so she knew I'd know. She knew that I would know, and she wanted to double sure that I would know, and I wouldn't be surprised if I heard it again. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Isn't that
twice.
cool?
It's like, yeah, that's
No.
so
Yeah.
beautiful.
So beautiful. Yeah. So trust yourself, trust your guides, trust your instincts. They're always trying to get in touch with us.
Yeah.
So Violet, we're going to do you last here, dear, and make our way out. And she wants to know what's coming next for her. Any messages? Surely we can do that. I want to thank everybody for being here with us, especially those from Terry's channel. And I have to call her when I get off here because
thank you.
Yeah. But you know, Terry is a sweetheart, and we resonate with all of Terry's people as well as ours. Yeah. It's 6 o'clock where you are, Randy, but not where we are. It's 5 o'clock where we are. She would be 7 o'clock. No, yeah, she's on Central Time. So hers starts at 8 o'clock. 6 o'clock Pacific starts at 8 o'clock on Terry's channel.
Yep. She's Central Time. So 8.
Moira, this one, you mean the one with the old fashioned pictures? Is that the one you want? This one is called The Beloved Dead, and it's a fabulous one. Yes. And I have others, but yeah. You were surprised you thought you messed up tonight. I know, it's kind of a comic relief thing if you think about it. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Anyway,
Violet, I get for you. I don't know if you've been thinking about this, but obviously they're wanting to plant the seed that if you have been thinking about traveling, because I got a road trip that, you should start planning a road trip. Look at your bucket list and figure out where it is that you want to go, because they said plan it. And they said planning it sometimes is half the fun. And but yeah, look at your bucket list. They said to plan a road trip, and they want you to know that you're on the right path. And if there's something that hasn't if there's something that has been going on in your life that you feel like it's not worth your energy, it's taking too much of your energy, it could be trauma, that's coming in. They want you to reevaluate that situation, and it might be reason for just maybe some better boundaries or something. But yeah, they want you to know that you're on the right path. But I also do get that there is some change coming in, so some positive change.
Oh, good for you. So they're recognizing your devotion. I love this. They're saying that you are grounded like a tree, and your devotion to whatever it is that you are doing in your life. They're recognizing all the sacrifices that you have made in order to do that. And you are branching out and standing tall, just like a huge, beautiful tree. Changes are coming because you're in a new season of life and there's another tree. But that's exactly what Kelly just said. Some changes are coming and they look like they'd be good ones. And finally, I get this card, and I don't even know how to read this, but it says, now, Bert the Vassal Giant. I thought these were elemental cards, so my apologies. I'm just guessing that maybe this is comic relief. Do it now. Do it now.
Plan that trip now.
Or contemplating. Maybe that's the contemplation of the trip. Maybe that's what it is. Yep. The cards they always have a message. Some of us are, not ready to, you need positive change financially. There you go, sweetie. I hope things get well.
It's coming. It's coming, Violet.
Linda Burgess, I am so sorry. We are at the end of the show. I appreciate you coming in. I'm sorry that we can't read for you right now. We started over an hour ago and we got another show in less than an hour. So I want to thank Kelly. I want to thank everybody that came in from all channels. And much love to you all. And Kelly, I always love working with you, my dear. And I'll see you.
Aley, I love you. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thanks, everybody, for being here and asking your questions and sharing in your wisdom. We'll see you again really soon. Bye-bye, everybody.